Good evening and welcome to the Adventures of Lollygagging. I am Aaron. I'm going to be your game master again tonight as we return to Free League's Dragonbane, where last week our characters left their home away from home of Swamp Break, waved goodbye to the Mallards and the others while they were building them a beautiful home for when or if they return. They went up the river, came to the crossroads, and were making their way towards the town of Outskirts when they met a knight dressed in black armor. So his name was Sothaman, and that he was a gallows knight representing the Corpse Roses, the House of the Corpse Roses, and that he had been sent there by Celine to check on your progress and to retrieve whatever pieces of the statue of Eladane that you already had found, and then see what rumors you had about where the remaining ones were. Absu, basically, instead of saying, yes, I am a god, said, I didn't make that deal. And so they got into a fairly large fight with this relatively powerful, mummified knight.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
But because they're big damn heroes, they managed to pull it off and vanquish him. And as he disappeared, he made sure to point out that it's really hard to kill an undead when he happens to be the right-hand knight of an incredibly powerful necromancer. So you have a feeling, perhaps, that the House of the Corpse Rose and the Sisters of the Gallows might not be your best friends anymore. But you made your way into Outskirt. When you got there, you were stopped by the guard captain, Hardy, asked your business, let you through. We're going around, headed towards an inn. You were tired, you're beat up. Some of you were scared, disheartened. When a green feathered mallard in a heavy cloak and a group of his thug-like friends tried to play the bully boy with you. And then Sir Galahop put a hard beat down on the mallard. Made your way into the inn where you were greeted by Van Hill, the innkeeper and inn owner and unofficial mayor of Outskirt. She's a jolly middle-aged woman, very happy to see new visitors, gave you all a free round, got you set up at a table, got you set up in rooms, had your bags taken up to your rooms. And that's where we left off, with all of you sitting around a table having dinner, listening to music from the minstrel playing. As the inn starts to fill up for the dinner crowd and some of the other adventurers who may have been outside of the town and coming back in for the evening. So what would you like to do? It's about 7:00 in the evening. Your dinner is starting to wrap up. And the place is about 2/3 full.
So I have a really good idea. I am going to get a dog.
What?
Okay, well, that's like a big responsibility. Like, you gotta walk it.
I am the most responsible.
But you gotta walk it and feed it and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I see no problem with it then. This sounds
Excellent.
good.
Thank you.
What do you call this dog?
A dog.
Right. I understand that you're getting a dog. What
Yes.
name will you give to the dog so that it will know when you're calling it?
Dog.
I also see no problem with this plan.
Yes, excellent. Thank you.
That's another mouth to feed. That means less for me.
Oh, I think they eat different than you.
How do they now then?
You're not saying that you're going to give subpar food to this companion that you're going to bring on the road with us. This dog will eat the same food as us. We must have standards.
Yes, as long as it is healthy for the dog.
Well, yes, of course.
I don't think they like the same food as you. I think they mostly like meat.
I like meat.
Oh. Do you?
Yes.
Oh.
Speaking of, where is my third plate?
Just as you're saying that, the barmaid comes up, and you haven't seen her before. She must have just come on shift. She looks like she's probably in her early 30s. She's got long brown hair kind of pulled back and away from her face. But she's got a very open smile and a kind of a twinkle to her eye. And she goes, stops by, dearie, I just heard you say that you wanted some more food.
Yes.
Is that
absolutely.
right?
Yes, it's delicious, and I want more. And she'll point to Stormhand. I think he might also want another plate.
Oh, absolutely. Can I just tell you all, it is so fascinating to meet a group like you. I don't think I've ever seen a frog folk and a lizard person and a cat folk together, let alone a goblin. And forgive me, I am not even sure, ma'am, what you are. I've never seen your kind before.
Tarkian. We are like.
She is what you see.
You have magnificent wings. Those are beautiful. You know, I do believe that if you talk to Master Ulvar, he could probably get you some sort of nice jewelry for those wings or some such. He's very crafty. But let me get that order in for you. And she bustles back and comes back about 10 minutes later with a large platter of meat for the table, and she's putting down bowls of stew in front of each of you and refilling your tankards. And she's going, listen, this is on me. My name's Annabelle, and I'm just always so fascinated by adventurers who come, and you are clearly not been here before, because I would remember such a fascinating group. But let me guess, you are here to take a look at the tomb of Eladane. See if you can't figure out how to get the pieces of that statue and open it up and get that sword, Dermot. That's what everybody down is. And you see some other groups of at other tables look over, and they're all kind of nodding. And that's what anybody who doesn't live in outskirts, almost all come here just because they're looking to find a way to get that magic sword.
Demons are
Does the sword have fire?
But what's that, dearie?
Does the sword have fire?
Nobody knows. Well, you know what? I don't know that nobody knows. Draenith, the healer, has moved in up on Temple Hill. He's a bit of a magic man and a healer. He might know more about the sword. He seems to know just about something about everything.
Oh, absolutely. You should make sure the sword does fire before we do this.
Yes.
Yes.
And so she leans over closer to you and kind of whispers, she goes, now you can tell old Annabelle, have you already found any pieces of that statue?
We have some leads.
Oh, that's, those fellas over there, they said they had some leads too. And I tell you, you could hear just about anything you could imagine here. You know what I had heard? I heard there was a piece up there at that old abandoned temple far to the north. Can't remember what the name of it was, though, right now. Who was it who came through here a few days ago saying that there was something up there? I can't recall, but...
And Clara will reach into her bag and say, the stew, though, has been very nice. And so she'll give her a little bit of a tip and just see if that sparks her memory a little bit.
Oh, sweetie, that's so kind of you. Now that you mention it, I think I do recall that Temple of the Purple Flame, I think, is what it was called, or what they said it was called. There are rumors that was dedicated to some demons, but I don't know about none of that. I've only been in. I just came through the Misty Vale Pass not long ago and came here to Outskirts. Don't think I'd be going out into the wilderness like you. I'm not brave like you all.
Do you remember the group who came through?
Oh, I mean, they were more normal. I think there were a couple of orcs. I think they were part of Maladuk's crew. And then there were a couple of humans with them. I haven't seen them come back through, so they may still be on the way out there. That's a hard trip, from what I understand. Oh, hold on for a second. I'll be right back. And you see her turn and go over to another table. And that's when you glance over and you see that Mallard and his thugs sitting at a table. They just sat down. They glance over you, but they don't even seem to be paying that close of attention to you, even though you put the smack down on them. They are staring daggers at a woman, you think, at a table by herself with a cloak up over her head. But the few places where the cloak separates and the fire glints, you can see she's wearing plate armor. And they are like staring death at this woman.
Galahop will take notice of that, will get up, will order a second bit of his bug juice that he is drinking, because he doesn't understand that people don't like this. And then he's going to go over to that woman, offer her the bug juice, and see if she'd be willing to speak up. Moment of your time, please, if you don't mind.
She looks down and she looks up at you. A moment. You've got it.
I don't know if you noticed this. I'm sure you did. But there is like a green mallard like over there, and his cronies. They're kind of staring you down a bit. I was just curious if there's a particular reason why they're doing this. You know this guy or something?
His name's Quasiman. He and his thugs make it a habit of rousting people in outskirts, newcomers. I ran afoul of him a couple of days ago. I think he's still holding a grudge.
I had a similar incident earlier today. I tried to rectify his confusion, but I don't know how much got through. My name's Galahop. I'm traveling with well, he kind of points over towards the group, like, that lizard fella over there is I'm sworn to protect him. I was just wondering if maybe there was more danger that I have to be aware of, if this Quasimodo guy, if he's gonna pose any further problems, if you think. Who might you be?
She pulls her hood back, and she's an elf. She's got long blonde hair pulled back in a series of braids. She goes, "My name is Lady Alphelia Shadowleaf, a knight of the Keepers of the Immaculate Flame."
Would that be like an order that Galahop might know?
Give me a anybody. Well, yeah, no, you give me a myths and legends test.
I'm not bad at this. Let's give this a go. All right. Need a 12, rolled a 5. That's a success.
All right.
Nice.
Yes, you have heard of the Knights of the Immaculate Flame. They are basically a questing order of knights dedicated to the old dragon emperors, and specifically to Eladane. Eladane was the founder of the order originally.
Oh, okay. So like his eyes will go even wider than normal because he has very wide eyes. He's a frog. And he would say, "Oh, I assume then you're here for the tomb of Eladane." I don't mean to pry. I apologize if I'm being overly familiar.
She looks at you. Then she looks over at Absu and like locks eyes with Absu for like 10 heartbeats. She goes, "Why don't I join your table for a moment?"
Oh, that would be wonderful. You want this bug juice?
No, thank you. But I
All right.
appreciate the offer.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, come on over. I'll introduce you to everybody. And
Thank you.
He does. He's like, this is Clara. She likes dogs, which seems antithetical to her species, but that's fine. This here is Truly. Be careful, she'll probably set your face on fire. This is Absu, and then this is Stormhand. He's like he's a god in training.
Ah.
A friend of yours, Galahop.
She nods at each of you,
acquaintance.
but she walks around the table to Absu and holds out her hand to take your hand.
And Absu does so.
And she leans over it and kisses the back of your hand. And then looks you right in the eyes. She goes, "Your world suffered greatly.
Thank
For
you
that, I am sorry."
for acknowledging the horrors.
And then she puts her other hand on top of your hand. So she's got your hand sandwiched between her two. And she leans in close and she goes, "I can feel that you have been fairly successful in the quest to find the key to open the tomb. I would speak with you all." And then she lets go of your hand, stands up straighter, moves around to an empty seat and sits down.
And Absu is like not a sociable person necessarily, so she's very just kind of confused looked as she just kind of nods along.
And this woman says, "Rest assured, I am not here searching for Durman. I am not here searching for access to Eladane's tomb. I was sent here to make sure that whoever finds the key to the tomb is worthy of wielding the blade. I am here to make sure that no follower of Sathmog or Dakoth are the ones who walk from that tomb with Durman."
Are those recognizable names that she just spouted?
Anybody can give me a myths and legends test to recognize those?
Really sound like demons.
It's an 11 or 12, so that's a success for Galahop.
Absu also succeeded.
I failed.
Okay.
I got an 18. I failed.
So for those of you who succeeded, you immediately recognize the name of Sathmog as the demon prince that Eladane killed and vanquished with the aid of the dragons, which is what freed this world from the demon invasion that, destroyed Absu's world. And for those of you who also succeeded, you also recognize the name Dakoth, though it's not as well known. Dakoth was a great necromancer who became so powerful that he transcended and basically became a demigod of undeath. And if you had to guess, you would assume that the House of the Corpse Rose are worshippers of Dakoth.
I think your order should be aware that we are being pursued by the House of the Corpse Rose.
Ah, you are not the only ones. Most recently, they struck at another group, a small squad of orcs that were returning to Maladuk. It's my understanding that an undead knight in service of the House of the Corpse Rose defeated the orcs and took from them a piece of the key.
That does not bode well.
Galahop will, at the mention of orcs being defeated, he'll raise the what was her name? Was it Arda? Something like that?
Yep.
Yeah. And so he'll ask after these orcs, you know anything more about them? We've had a few a few acquaintances along the way. Arda, she's the lieutenant of Maladuke. You heard anything further, maybe?
I don't know that name. This patrol of orcs, they passed through outskirts about 2 weeks ago. It was 4 men, no females with that particular squad. So I think it was probably a different group.
I see.
There was a farmer on the road who witnessed the entire thing, hid, and then when he made his way back to outskirts, well, the story got around.
Is there any idea, where this night we had an issue as well, where they got off to? Did the farmer see any information about that?
No, but I've heard through some of my informants that the House of the Corpse Rose left Sandro weeks ago and has taken possession of an abandoned keep west of outskirts in the Iron Forest.
Okay. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Would you say so, Absu?
I would say so. They have been following us since the beginning.
And while this is happening, Clara just wants to look around the rest of this inn just to see who else may be trying to listen in on this particular conversation that we're having.
Give me a spot hidden.
Aiming for a 15, rolled a 5.
Nice. So as you're kind of just glancing around very casually, you notice that Quasiman and his group are paying attention, but they're probably too far away to actually hear anything because the night is keeping her voice pitched fairly low. You do see Annabelle, though. She's actually quite close to you guys, kind of leaning against a pillar, but almost as if she's trying to, fly casual. But she does appear to be paying pretty close attention to what's being said.
Oh, dearest Annabelle. Oh, so glad that you're right here.
Oh, yes, of course, ma'am.
A fourth, of course. And she'll stack up her empty bowls of stew and just kind of pass them along.
Absolutely. I'll get more out to you. Is anything else anybody else at the table needs? I figured you all pretty hungry. That's why I stay close to your table.
Yes, Stormhand, you're keeping up, right? You're also on 4, yes?
Yeah, you've read my mind. Keeping pace.
Okay.
Well, I'll be right back out with some more stew and some more bread for you.
Nice and hot. Nice and hot. And yes, bread would be lovely.
Absolutely. And you see her walking off to the kitchen, but you're watching her, and I mean, her back is stiff. She doesn't seem happy about what's happening, but she moves off towards the kitchen.
And Clara will just sort of make eye contact with anyone else in the group as she kind of watches her walk away, just to make sure that others know that she was paying attention. I
think, and the knight looks over at you, Clara, and she goes, "You have sharp eyes. That's good. I'm convinced that there are several spies in Outskirt working for Azrahel Koth. I've seen demonic bats flying over the rooftops of the city. And I think they're being used for some sort of secret communication between the crypt under the Isle of Mist and someone here in Outskirt, though I have not been able to determine who the spy is. Quasiman was my first guess, but he's too blunt of an instrument. But whoever Azrahel Koth is employing is likely to be quite dangerous."
And Clara just sort of looks down the hallway that Annabelle just walked down.
Nothing's been done to our food.
No, it's all tasted fine. Fine.
Okay. Because it's
I
free.
can taste yours, though. Yeah. If you have any concern whatsoever, absolutely, I could taste it first and just make sure.
Oh, do you want some of mine, Clara? I got the raw fish and raw steak and lots of raw vegetables and some tree. Just a branch of tree.
That sounds perfect for
Yes.
you.
Oh,
I think that's great.
I'm happy to share.
You are, and you're lovely for that. I think the stew, though, has just been...
Tree is good for sharpened teeth.
Truly, that's called a spoon, just so you know.
Oh, I ate half of it.
Yes. Well, it'll clean out the system, probably, so that's probably a good thing.
Would you like some?
No, I'm good with my juice.
Oh, okay.
And the elf, she's looking somewhat bemused. So, I will be here within the city. Should you need aid. I've seen into your soul. And again, she's looking right at you, Absu. And she goes, should you end up being the wielder of Umdurman, that would be a good thing. In other words, she got her tacit approval. You don't know if she could stop you, but...
Yeah. But that kind of gives... Because Absu did feel guilty that we got into that big fight, and she almost felt like maybe she did make the wrong decision, even though it felt wrong in her heart to give that to Celine. She didn't trust her. And so this has kind of reinforced that, no, this was a good decision. This isn't her task. This is my trial and tribulation. And so she just kind of like nods quietly and will quietly eat her food.
Absolutely. Is there anything else you would know about the legend or anything that I can help you with while you're here?
Well, there's all those folks that are talking about some sort of like puzzle or something in the tomb. What was that? What are they saying? Like there's some sort of thing you gotta sort out or figure out, or I don't know, maybe I've had too many bug juice, but am I the only one who remembers this?
No.
Am I thinking of a different game?
I can tell you of the legend. I can tell you of the legend. Do not tell anyone else this. This is a secret held by the Order of the Immaculate Flame and those allies we deem fit to share it with. But should you reassemble the statue of Eladane and insert it into the door, there's an indentation. You place it down. The floor will fall away and a staircase will appear. So you will want to be standing back a few feet when you put the statue on the pedestal. You'll go down the stairs. You will find yourself in an inner chamber. You will see the sword Umdurman. You will see a book before you and a chalice. Do not touch the sword. Whoever is going to wield the blade must speak the prayer to Eladane first, then take a sip from the chalice. And if you are deemed worthy, then you may take up the blade. But should you take up the blade before reading the prayer or sipping from the chalice, I am sure there would be divine retribution of some sort.
And Absu nods along because this is a story she's been told her whole life growing up. And it's familiar, and it's nice to hear it come from someone else.
I will also remind you that Sathmog has reawakened his greatest servant, the demon sorcerer Azrael Koth. He is our true enemy here. If he gets Umdurman, he will be able to free Sathmog. Before I was given this mission, I tried several times to pierce the veil of the mist-shrouded island in Mirror Lake to find the entrance to Koth's unholy resting place. But the island is inaccessible to living creature. The mist is demonic and sucks the very life out of you as you move into it. Only with the sword in Derman, would you and your party be protected? But that's not my mission now. My mission now is to guard the tomb. And so that is what I will do.
It's quite the dinner time story. We're going to prepare ourselves in town here, then make our way up.
Excellent. Well, if you need any assistance while you're in town, you can find me. I usually spend my time here. I have a room in the inn. It's the easiest place to keep track of those who are coming and going. And at that, she stands and goes back to her table. And the eyes of Quasiman and his thugs just follow her to the table. But then they glance back towards you, too. So, your dinner is, your fourth servings have come out. Annabelle brought them back out. She's still smiling, still got a big smile on her face. She's like, here you go, dearie. And if you want a fifth helping, well, we've got plenty of stew back there for you. In fact, why don't you all just relax down here and enjoy yourselves? And if you need anything, you just holler out for old Annabelle or Van Hill if you don't see me, and we'll take proper care of you.
But, you said you are new here?
Well, yes, I came to Outskirts for the past few months ago.
What brought you here?
Well, I was looking for... I'm embarrassed to admit this. I was looking for adventure. I was betrothed to a boy in a village, and, well, I never really cared for him, but it was a family thing, and I met this handsome adventurer who said he was going to the Misty Vale, and he swept me along in his wake, and for a few weeks it was a true adventure. But then I saw what was really in store for us, as he wanted to make his way deeper into the Vale, and I just said farewell to him and set up shop here in Outskirts. And Van Hill was kind enough to give me a job. I haven't seen that young man back here, so I think I probably made the right choice.
Oh, what was his name?
His name was Darren.
Well, I am glad that you are safe. And
You're
you had
too
a
kind.
bit of adventure.
That's just enough adventure for me.
Is there a role that Clara could do? Like, can you roll bluffing to assess for someone bluffing?
You can roll
Like, is that
awareness.
Awareness, okay.
It's opposed
I'd like
by
to do
their
that.
bluffing.
I rolled a 13, which is also a fail for me.
Do you want to push it?
Sure, that's the more fun thing. I will push. And get an 8 under 12.
Okay. You beat her opposed bluff. So what she's saying, from what you can tell, is absolutely fabricated. Probably not a single word she said was true, other than the fact that she's been here for a couple of weeks. Everything else was a lie.
As soon as she leaves the table, Clara will just like look around to everyone and just say, that was an impressively shoveled line of poop.
I didn't think she smelled that bad.
Her story,
Oh.
it was made up.
Oh, I'm very good at sneaking. Do you want me to sneak and find her room?
Hadn't even thought of that. I was just thinking that we should be on the defensive, but perhaps we go on the offensive.
Oh. When I was with goblins, you always took other people's stuff if they were lying and got caught. And then they learned to be better.
That
I'm
is
not sure the
custom.
lesson will be learned, but it could garner some information for us. Maybe. Only if you want to, though, of course.
I can do it. I'm very good at sneaking.
Give it a shot.
Should she roll a bluff check first when she says she's really good at sneaking?
The best at
See
sneaking.
if we believe
The
her.
best.
The very best at sneaking.
Hold on, I'll do the bluff first. Oh, okay. Well, no, no, no. I'm not good at sneaking.
Basically,
Oh.
anything Truly says she's good at, I just assume Galahop thinks you're not good
yeah,
at.
the very best.
It's all.
Okay,
She
no.
speaks aspirationally, not
Yeah.
realistically.
It's worked out more often than not. I've gotten
Oh.
really lucky rolls.
Clara did not follow that at all. So she just sort of looks to Galahop. She's not good at sneaking?
Like, no, I don't think so. I mean, she like sets everything on fire and is kind of loud. So, like, I think those two things like usually work in opposition to the sneak.
Yes.
It's a
No, I
it's a
think you should-
distraction for the sneaking.
You should just.
Well, there you
I
go.
think you should just enjoy your food. I think we should just enjoy your food.
Okay.
Did you eat the rest of this food?
Maybe
It don't seem-
it's not
table
here, so
anymore.
I must have dropped it.
Oh,
About
okay.
10 minutes later, the doors to the end bang open, and you see Captain Hardy there from the watch. He's got a big grin on his face, and in his right hand, he's holding a dead giant bat. He's like, Van Hild, I finally got one of those damn things. I've been shooting at them for weeks now. I finally got one.
Oh,
And she looks at it, she's like, why did you bring that corpse in here? She's like, well, I had to show everybody that I could finally, I mean, damn it, Van Hill, this is interesting. He's like, all right, Hardy. Fair enough. Very well done. Everyone give Captain Hardy a big round of applause for shooting down the back.
Nice,
Good
baby.
job, man. Hey, that's
He
a good
starts to
job. Way to
blush a little
go.
bit.
Yeah. Are there
That's
like
not-
a lot of them to shoot
Well,
down? Like,
I mean, every few nights there's a couple flying back and forth between the town and out by the old temple, out of the town and somewhere off into the distance. I don't know where they're roosting, but
like, wait a second. Like, they come from like like at the same time, and then they go somewhere else. Do they come? You ever
Yeah,
see
it's
them
always
come
a-
back?
always, yeah, they come back and forth.
Yeah, can I see that bat real quick?
I'm proud of it. It's just,
Oh
it's
no, I'll give it back to
clearly
you.
a demonically influenced bat. Now, he
Yeah.
lays it out on the table. He wants to show it off. He's like, go right ahead, take a look at this thing.
So
Hey,
like,
no-
yeah. So Galahop will like kind of cover his mouth a little bit, or he'll get like a menu and put it over his face. He's like basically a football coach calling plays, and he'll say to Absu, "You think like those spies messenger thing they're talking about? I mean, like bats, undead, they kind of like go together, What do you think?"
I agree. I am thinking the same.
And Absu is gonna. I'd like to like search this thing.
Give me a
See
spot
if-
hidden.
Spot hidden. I guess I'm gonna push it because we didn't rest
Okay.
yet, so I'm still angry. Let's see. I'll become exhausted. And I succeed. 13.
Okay. So you're looking around, and I mean, you're really like focused on this, and you're pulling up the flaps of the skin of the wings, and and it's taken you a while, and you're getting a little frustrated, and you're just tired. You're starting to wear out. When you
Mhm.
finally find a slit in the bat's right wing, it's been sutured over a little bit, and you were able to pull out a small piece of parchment rolled like in a small scroll.
And yeah, I'll unfurl it and see if I can read it.
Give me a languages check. It's in some sort of cipher.
Okie dokie. I'm still angry.
And anybody can also try to read it too. So
9. Success.
All right,
at
so
you.
you look
Roll.
at it, and you're able to recognize the cipher. It's a fairly simple one. And the scroll says, "A new group has come to town. I will search their belongings when able. Proceed with plan and send a group of true believers to the Temple of the Purple Flame." No signatures.
And Absu just kind of like, she doesn't read this aloud to everyone because she doesn't, where's Annabelle?
You don't see Annabelle. She's not on the floor at the moment.
Where is Annabelle?
And then she'll turn to Darren, or no, the guy who just came in, Hardy.
Hardy.
You did wonderful work getting this. Wonderful work. We are very tired. I think we are going to go to bed.
Well, all right. I mean, the bat will be around if y'all want to take another look. I think I might have it stuffed. I'm going to take it over to the shop, and
It's
I'm going to
demonic.
have
You
all
should
of
burn
our
it.
We should try eating it.
eating it, burning it.
No, we're not eating it. Anyways, let's go to bed, all.
Oh,
And-
well, all right. Good night.
Hey, could like later, can you show me like as he's leaving? Like, what? Hey, could you show me later? And then now, like whereabouts you hit it and such, like where you shot it, where you saw it coming from. We don't need to do it
Absolutely.
right now, but maybe a little
Tomorrow
later.
morning, you come find me. I'll be on the wall, and I'll walk you through the whole thing. Show you where they see him from all the
All
time.
right, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And good job. Good job.
Thank you. See, Van Hill, they appreciate my good marksmanship.
And Absu's gonna rush us to our rooms.
Are you rushing or are you sneaking up there?
That's a good question.
I mean,
We're
now
not
that you
sneaky
ask.
people, so I'm rushing.
Okay, give me an acrobatics check.
Ooh, I am shit at this.
You have wings.
3.
Hey,
Ooh, nice.
you are
My
rolling
goal
so
is
well.
7, by the way.
Well played. So you literally fly up the stairs to your room, and as you throw open the door, you see a shadowy figure rummaging in your packs.
Yeah, Absu's tackling him.
Okay. Go
Galahad!
ahead
And she's screaming for Galahad.
Give me a brawling check.
Okay. Oh god. 18 fail. I'm gonna push. Dazed. Oh no. 16 I fail.
Okay, so you go to tackle, and it is Annabelle, but she is very fast on her feet. And as you come flying in, she basically pirouettes out of the way, and you go kind of slamming into the wall. And then she's put her hands up. She's like, I'm so sorry. I was just trying to help you put away your belongings and find a place for everything so you get set up like a nice.
That is inappropriate
home.
service.
Well, dear, we just try to make sure everybody feels like they're at home.
Like
the rest
we
of you are
store-
coming behind her at this point. Well, what else would I have been doing, dearie?
You have been very interested in everything that we have had happening. Empty your pockets, please show.
Dispel.
Dispel?
Dispel. I'm going to see if there's anything else in there.
Okay. Spend your willpower.
Will do.
And
I'll make it level 2 just in case. This could do nothing, or it might need to be higher level.
Good. Success.
Okay,
Nice.
so you start to utter these arcane words.
Uh-oh.
And she looks terrified for a second. She's like, no. And then her jaw snaps.
Oh,
and
I
her
didn't mean to do
head
this.
starts to fold back, and her eyes get huge and literally pop out, and she is screaming. And you see her go rigid, and every single bone in her body breaks as her skin starts to split. I need everybody to make a will check for fear.
Oh, good God.
A fear check for
I'm
me.
just trying to
That's
break a spell.
What if we're
Right.
already scared still? Like,
Well, fear does different things for you, so.
Will.
I
Just
succeed.
against will.
Your
Yeah.
rolls. Wow.
Damn,
I am
girl.
good.
I succeeded.
Pass as well.
I succeeded too. Yeah.
All right, so everybody succeeds. So it's terrifying, but you guys have dealt with a lot of terrifying things recently. Then finally, her body just explodes outward. You are all covered in viscera, and standing in front of you is this pale, thin figure with black smoke pouring out of its eyes. And we're going to have to go into combat.
This is not my fault.
Oh, fuck.
This is not my fault.
This is the best.
This was
way-
unintended.
This is your fault.
This is not my fault.
Captain
This was not
Ronnie.
supposed to be that bad. I was
Guys, I'm not ready for combat. I have 6 health right now, just to call it out there.
Oh, good gosh.
Yeah, if you can. I'm just making the duplicates for this thing. Okay, thanks.
Do we have any healing potions left? Mine was used. Does anybody else have?
I have one as well. If you need it.
I think
And
we
while we're
have
getting this set
trees
up,
left. I gave Jeff one.
Absu, you can give me a myths and legends check if you want.
Okie dokie.
Good gracious.
I failed
Okay.
because I'm still
Your
angry.
One condition left.
I missed. Yeah, I missed by 1. I have a 14, but I rolled a 15.
Okay, so
So
You-
I'm too dazed still. I just hit my head on the wall.
something's tickling the back of your mind. You know that this is a greater demon, but you think you should know the actual demon's name. But at the moment, it's not coming to you.
Can I ask a quick question? Since we were sitting and chatting and eating and all of those kinds of things, like, would it make sense that would have been some amount of at least like a stretch rest for
Absolutely.
Atsu?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Stretch rest for everyone.
For everyone, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
that's a very
before-
good point.
Before, we jump back
Before
into
you jump
another
in, go
combat,
ahead and take a
let's-
stretch rest.
Let's think about this.
I do think
that
we
is-
did one though last time around.
I'll give it to you
Is-
anyway, because this was
okay.
an unexpected fight that is going to be really hard.
So
So,
1d6 HP,
Eh,
1d6
yeah, D6
willpower,
HP,
and a
D6 will
condition.
in a condition. Yeah.
Oh, nice. 3, 4, 5, 6 HP.
5 willpower.
I just
That's
picked
huge.
up a condition,
Awesome.
so
I
I'm
got
not
4
going
HP
to
back,
heal
so
it.
that's good. I'm back to full HP.
Okay.
nice.
Going to live
All right.
not forever, but maybe slightly longer than you guys. Just like
You just have to be slightly faster, than at least one of us.
So I am still angry
Not my
because
fault.
I just got angry. So
I agree. This is clearly Apsu's fault. So this is the second time in a row. She's just trying to get us killed.
yes. I agree with that.
Truly was
We're
just
haunted
trying.
by demons.
Truly was just trying to follow. She's just trying to help her friend. Maybe if
I
Apsu
just want to get a dog.
I didn't even try to light them on fire first this time.
You know.
we still haven't bought armor. Yeah.
That was such a cool moment, though.
Yes.
It was terrifying. Sir Galahop, this thing with its smoky black eyes locks on your eyes, and all you see, everything starts to fade. You just see darkness just everywhere, seeping into you. I need you to make a will test with Bane.
Okay. All right. With Bane, huh?
With
All right.
Bane.
I got a 15 will, so it's a decent shot. Decent shot.
All right.
I will push because I got a 16 on that. That was the worst of the two. I will get. Let's see. Disheartened. I think makes sense as he sees what just happened is horrific. And yeah, I'm always a little nervous about giving him scared because I feel like he's a knight. That's probably the last thing he would be, but he might be other things first.
Yep, yeah, makes sense.
Right, here we go. Let's try this again. All right, that's better. 14 under 15. So
Okay.
that's a pass.
So you feel this will driving down on you. This black smoke is just surrounding you. It's coming into your mouth. And for a moment, you feel this unholy urge to take your great stone fist and crush Stormhand's skull.
Oh, God.
But you were able to resist because of your connection to Stormhand and your great will. You're able to force your fist down, and you see the demon scowl.
Get out of my head, you demon! And he's like physically pulling the fist away from Stormhand's head.
Oh dear.
And then
Sorry.
he looks about and he smiles, and he is going to do random here. Absu. So he sees Absu. He recognizes what Absu represents. And he grabs a hold of her as he smiles, and this black smoke is coming up out of his mouth, and you feel this demonic heat burn into your fur and singe you.
I'm gonna use
however-
my guardian ability to throw myself at this point, because partly I'm gonna say I'm throwing myself away from Stormhand because I don't want to hit him, and so I'm gonna use my guardian ability. If you think I'm close enough to her, that is.
Oh
it's a
yeah.
couple
You guys
minutes.
are all within. Basically, you're in a big scrum at the moment.
All right, I will. Yeah, I'll go ahead and spend the willpower to trigger that guardian ability, and just intersperse myself between Absu and this
And
creature.
you can parry this. So if you took defensive as a talent,
Yeah, I did, didn't I? Yeah, shield block is what it's called. Sure, I haven't done it yet. Let's give this a try. I think I just have to roll my attack, right? That's all it is. Just what I okay. And I get a boon. I also get a boon on the roll because of shield block. Okay, there we go. All right, sweet. So I will lunge. I'll like throw my shield, and the rest of my body will like come with it as he tries to like intersperse. And yeah, with the boon, that's a 3. So that's a success for me.
Okay, so you take your action. You're able to get your shield up. This fist comes down on your shield and burns a handprint into your shield. And again,
Nice.
this demon scowls. You have thwarted it twice.
Yeah.
See if third time's a charm.
Oh God.
Oh God.
So would I be able to pop in here with my backstabbing? Because it does not count as an action. So the description.
Okay, go ahead. Read it to me.
Because I'm a little unclear, because the end of it says activating this ability does not count as an action, but it starts by saying you can activate this ability when making a melee attack against an enemy that is also
it's a rider to your attack. It's not like what I do with my guardian, which is outside of my turn. Like it has specific
it's a
instructions on my
rider
turn.
to it. Yeah. So
Okay.
So on your turn, you absolutely can do that.
Okay, so you don't know you're being backstabbed in the future.
The demon points at Sir Galahop, and you hear this horrific word come out of its mouth. The very sound of the word makes all of your ears bleed a little bit, makes you want to throw up. Let's see what happens here.
I'm already reading what's going to happen, and it's delightful.
Right?
I know this sounds like this is awful, but this looks very delightful.
Oh, well,
I hope we get a 3.
well, the whole thing is not on there. The actual curse is I roll a D4 first, and if one is the victim is blinded, 2, the victim is stuck by amnesia. 3, the victim turns into an animal. Or
Okay.
4, the victim becomes one category older permanently.
Oh dear.
So let's roll a d4.
It is 3.
It is,
So
it is 3.
the
Okay.
animals.
Okay.
Got a little d6
Perfect.
here. 4.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so you
love
guys see
goats.
Sir Galahop. You hear his bones starting to pop and twist. And he starts to shake. And he falls in on himself. And fur erupts from his toad-like body. And you see this weird toad-like wolf.
Oh, is it a wolf? I'm sorry. I thought it was a goat. My bad.
Wolf is 4. Goat is 3.
That's a weird wolf
Oh,
noise.
okay.
Well, that's what a frog goat sounds like, or a frog wolf sounds
Sorry,
like.
I misread.
It's canon.
I mean,
Oh,
what else
goodness.
could a frog wolf sound like?
And so, in this state, you're not Sir Galahop. You've
Of
got
course.
no
Yeah.
conscious awareness. You're a wolf, and you're terrified by what the hell is going on around you.
And be lifted by dispel, if anyone knows dispel.
Bringing us to truly.
Don't dispel him, he's gonna explode.
No.
This is gonna turn me into another demon. What? No.
Oh shit! So truly remembers the traumatic events where fire didn't work on the last demon so well. Sir Galahop is in the room or in the hallway as a wolf right now.
You guys are all pretty much together. He's close enough to you. I mean, he's in the room with you now, but he's trying to get out in the hall and get out of here.
Oh, I'm okay with that. If he's kind of in the doorway, I'm going to do a quick hop out into the hallway so I can scream, "Demon! There's a demon out here!" And hopefully attract lovely people like Elphilia Shadowleaf to come and help us, as well as all the other questers down in the inn below. And then I'm going to point at Sir Galahop and go, "Dispel, please." And I will make this a level 2 again, just to be safe.
Okay. Let's see that dispel roll.
Yes. There we
Chat
go.
has thrown out Galahowl.
I will.
Oh, that's a good
I
one.
will. I will say I'm. I'm gonna
Gala
go with
howls in pain in a second with this caster.
exhausted. Shh.
Yeah.
There we go.
I am very good at
Okay.
this.
Describe what it looks like. What does how does Truly's magic manifest when she dispels?
So normally you guys are used to sort of the large flashiness of all the fire spells, but when she's just kind of running around, the dispel sort of starts as a fine little green bit of mist before it shoots and starts to sprinkle like fairy dust around Sir Galahop, which didn't work so well with the demon who exploded, but hopefully won't cause ignition within Galahop.
So what you see is his head start to you see Sir Galahop reappear.
The wolf explodes, and from
Yeah,
it,
the wolf
a frog
explodes.
emerges.
Oh, good. It worked this time. Oh yes.
And
Demon.
Sir Galahop is laying on the ground at your feet.
I just had the weirdest dream. What the hell? Oh god, demon. Yeah.
Now, Sir Galahop, you're just naked, laying on the ground at the moment. All of your gear is where you were when you transformed.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that part. Excuse me.
And but truly, you do see Lady Alphelia and a couple of the others jump up and start to make their way up the stairs. And as she's running by, you see Quasimund jump up and stab her in the back, saying, "Glory to Sothmog!" And his thugs start falling on the people downstairs.
Oh, okay, so they were both bad. Okay, fair enough. He was more than just an asshole.
He was
Oh,
more
dear.
than just an asshole. But that does bring us to Absu.
I can burn those ones though.
Okay.
You could also burn the whole inn down. I just want to point that out.
The innkeeper already acknowledged that as a possibility.
We don't have insurance for that. Okay. I'm gonna attempt to attack them.
Okay.
With my bone trident. Here we go. That's what I want to click on. Oh, okay. I thought I rolled a demon and I got really
Ashley.
scared.
Your dice luck tonight. That's a
Awesome.
1.
So don't
That's
forget to make a
exciting.
mark by trident for your
Yeah.
weapon skill for that. Do you want to do double weapon damage or free attack? Well, it would be at a different enemy, so that doesn't really count here. Or you can bypass its armor.
They are armored then?
You have a feeling. I mean, demonic flesh is probably a little more resilient than human flesh, but based on your experience, you don't think this demon is probably heavily armored.
Then I'm gonna try double weapon damage.
I like it.
16.
Holy Joseph. So this trident slides into this thing's body, and you carve through what should be its gut. And as you pull out, only thing that issues out is this billowing black smoke that smells like rotten eggs and burns your eyes and sort of falls. The smoke kind of loops out of his body, almost mimicking what intestines would look like as it pools down around its feet. And you have definitely injured it, but it doesn't look like it's a fatal wound.
For my movement, can I scoop up Galahop's fist weapon and toss that to Galahop?
You could scoop it up. You'd have to toss it to
Okay.
him next round.
Got it. I
So you wanna
probably
do
won't
that?
scoop it then. No,
Okay.
I'll leave it ready for him to grab.
All right. Is there anything else you want to do with your movement action?
I will move away a little bit. Just so
Okay.
I'm not in kind of like a defensive position,
Okay.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, you guys are still pretty much all engaged in melee.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
I mean, you can move a little bit to give other people, better line of
Yeah.
sight.
And while she's doing so, it just dramatically more than anything, she will start chanting like prayers of Undurman that she knows to kind of help
Mhm.
bolster herself as just like a flavor thing.
Oh, I like it. And the demon, for the first time, you hear a noise, and it's this screeching hiss that comes out, as if the very prayer itself probably isn't hurting it, but is disturbing to it. And for that, it is going to lash out with demonic smoke. So this sulfurous smoke is billowing out of its eyes and its mouth and this rent in its gut. And it blows out like it's gusted by a huge wind from within the creature. And it envelops you, Absu.
Okay.
You take 8 points of damage. Armor does not protect you. And you are scared.
All right.
You become scared as it hisses at you. But this brings us around to Stormhand. Stormhand is a free action. You can take a Myths and Legends check if you want to see if you can determine anything about this demon.
I will do that. Got a 4. That's a pass.
All right. So you think that this is the demon Ix. And what you know of Ix is that it's a demon of smoke and fire and rage. You know that spells of cold and wet is anathema to it and would do double damage. I don't know if you actually have any spells of that nature, but you're aware of that. Things like, frost, tidal wave, that kind of stuff.
I don't have anything like that at the moment.
I'm supposed to be learning that.
But I do know Banish,
Didn't do it.
which is probably the next best thing I have.
Yeah.
So I'll do a little chant, do waves with my hands. The smoke that it summoned out gathers around, and I'll chain it with its own smoke, try to banish it back to its realms.
I like it. And what power level are you going to use?
Let me double check my willpower. I'll do it level 2.
Okay, so that'll be 3d8 of damage.
I'm gonna roll it first.
Nice.
8, so it's pass. Damage. Oh, double ones.
What a crap roll.
Oh,
Double 7.
All right, so
yuck.
you see this. You see the magic rake through this thing's body, and you see it start to unravel. And some parts of it, its shoulders become a little more translucent, but it is still fully rooted in the real world at the moment. Clara, as the last words of magic leave Stormhand's lips, you're up, standing next to the demon Ix.
Okay. So Clara will move in so that she will attack with her master-crafted dagger. And so then this is when she will make an attempt to do her backstabbing.
Fantastic. And tell everybody about backstab. This is the first time you've had a chance to use it, right?
It is. So as long as the enemy is within 2 meters of another player character, my attack then counts as a sneak attack, which means it cannot be dodged or parried. You get a boon on the roll, and the number of dice rolled for damage is increased by 1. It can only be used with a subtle weapon, which I have, and it does not count as an action when it is activated.
So let's see that roll with a boon.
Oh, right. So let me get back to where I need to be to do this. Master crafted with a boon.
Nice.
Okay, and then I'll need to add extra because I forgot to toggle the thing for the damage. So I'll roll the damage, and then I'll need to double that. So it'll be another D10.
Yes.
So first roll for the D10 plus my D4 was a 12, and then I rolled a 3 15. On the second D10, so 15.
So your blade slices in against where its kidneys should be, and you rake through. And again, it's just this thick, viscous, cold black smoke that oozes out over your hand and down your arm, and then begins to drip down to the ground. But it does wail. And you do start to see spots of it becoming more translucent as it is suffering greater and greater wounds. Did you want to take any movement action, or are you good where you're at? And that brings us around to Sir Galahop, formerly Sir Galahhowl.
Yeah, I go my many names. There's not much I can do. I've already parried. So I think I've taken up my action.
You can do your move action.
Yeah, and
I would let you scoop up your glove if you want.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, I figure. Well, because I'm lying prone too, so I was wondering if I know free actions. It's at hand. I'm not sure if you would consider like stuff that has fallen around me at hand or not. But I was only gonna see if I can get my hand and my shield is what I was looking for.
You could definitely get one of them. Give me an acrobatics check to see if you can get both of them.
Okay, and since I'm not wearing my armor, I don't get Bane on it finally.
That's right.
Oh,
so look at that. It's still only a 5, so let's not get too excited.
Still, a naked frog with a big stone fist and a shield would be awesome. Okay,
that's a 19. So you're able to
you're able to pick one or the other, whichever one you want.
Honestly, I think I'm going to take the shield.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll pick the shield up.
So you grab up the shield. And the top of round 2, Absu, you are first to go.
Okay, let's try and kill this bitch.
I think that's a good idea.
Yes, let's do that.
Actually, that was a little unnecessary. It's a family show.
I think it's very necessary.
Truly's the very best. I think I should listen.
I am the very best at everything.
Okay, so I did fail. I'm gonna push it. Because this is important. I'm gonna take some against my con. And I roll a dragon.
Ooh, nice. That's crazy.
We're like foundry, by the way, okay? Or forge.
So, for me, for our game, you can put 2 marks next to that. So you can roll against that twice.
Okay,
or you
cool.
can put the second mark
Nice.
in a different spot. It's your choice.
Nice. Okay. Let's do double weapon damage again.
I think that's fair.
28.
That looks good. Oh my god.
Wow.
Holy fuck.
Wow. All right. Absu, describe what it looks like when you banish the demon X.
You guys witness as Absu, as she's finishing her prayer, her wings just burst out from her back and kind of beat back this mist that they've been spewing out as she takes her trident and just slams it down into the breastbone, pinning the demon to the ground as she continues to chant at it. And eventually it fades and it bursts and it crackles as it disappears.
Nice. And then everything is quiet. And in the moment in the battle, you weren't really paying attention to the noises around you. But now you can hear from downstairs. You can hear groans and moans, but it doesn't sound like there's any active combat going on down there. What would you like to do?
I didn't get to tell you, but the secret note was obviously that there was someone who was going to go through our things and call for help, and they are apparently downstairs.
Did we get caught lying, and so they had to take our stuff?
No, she was a demon, and she wanted the stones.
Oh. Okay,
Technically, the demon was bound into her skin in tattoos. And when you dispelled the spell, the demon, instead of manifesting like it normally would when she calls it, bursts out of her body.
Oh my
Shit.
Whoops.
God.
Ouch.
No, I think that was awesome. That was much
so
more
cool.
entertaining than what I was expecting.
I
to
definitely
happen.
thought she was just wearing an illusion spell. I'm like, the odds are there's something going on here with this. I'm gonna try. I think we
H-
need a new room. This one is a little bit sinewy.
Truly, could
You
you,
all are.
Yeah.
you step off that for a second? I need to grab my armor there. As a butt-naked Galahop, who has only his shield to protect you all, is starting to pick up his armor and like, yeah, this is going to take a few minutes to put this back on. So
You need
I'll
help?
be right back. Nah, I'm okay. It's all right. It's fine. I'll be all right.
We should check in on Hardy and Lady Ophelia below.
Sorry.
Yes, I was going to ask, Absu, are you looking to create flame between you and Lady Ophelia? I thought there was fire.
Oh,
And Absu awkwardly just walks away.
As you guys come out of your room and look down, you can see the obvious dead form of Quasimund and his thugs. You can see that Lady Ophelia has had her armor stripped off, and she's laid out on a table with horrible stomach wound. And she is unconscious. And you see Van Hild is trying to bandage her, and she's screaming out, "Dranith has got to hurry!" And you remember that that's the name of the healer from the Temple District. So she's obviously sent somebody for him.
Stormhand.
Let me take a look. And I'll just try cast a little magic healing on her real quick.
As you do that,
Powerful
and
one.
Truly calls out for Stormhand. Stormhand will peek down the stairs, armor not fully on. What? What's up? One like 5
Sir
more minutes.
Galahop or Stormhand there?
Well, Galahop is
Galahop.
shouting down while
Yeah.
Stormhand's doing the healing, and so
Okay,
Galahop
okay.
is like shouting.
There
down.
you go.
Yeah.
oh, healing. It's okay. Galahop, you're okay.
But oh yeah,
Get
I'm
dressed.
all right. Yeah. Why do I keep doing that?
Oh, I failed the animism roll, so I'll push it. I'll make it exhausted for now.
Makes sense.
Overextend all my willpower. I still failed, unfortunately.
No.
Oh.
So I think you really are. You're exhausted. This has been an unbelievably difficult day and evening, and you're just trying to focus your magic, and you just can't concentrate enough to get it done. We see this slight warming of your hands, and the magic just does not come. But while you're doing that, a very old, wrinkled man, bald, with his eyes sunk deep, wearing robes, leaning heavily on a walking stick, wearing sandals, kind of slowly makes his way over to the table, puts one hand on your shoulder, Stormhand, and he goes, "Let me take a look here."
Please, I can't do anything.
And you feel the healing magic that he begins to summon up. Very similar to your spell, but perhaps a little more powerful. As he lays his hands against her body, and you see his fingers sort of disappear into the wound and begin to knead the flesh, and slowly the wound begins to close, and then he withdraws his fingers, and all you see is scars. And you see that although Lady Ophelia is unconscious, she's breathing much more regularly now. Then you see this old man sit down hard on a chair, as if it took a lot out of him to cast that spell.
What powerful magics.
Well, I've been I've been at this for a long time. Thank you. Mind telling me what happened here? You see Van Hilda, she's running around trying to make sure that everybody's okay. She's quite frantic.
Clara was looking for Van Hilda. Ma'am, just wanted to let you know you're going to need to hire some new help.
It wasn't me.
What happened to Annabelle? Did something get her? I heard the commotion up there.
She's a demon, or she was a demon, and then
she was possessed.
A demon?
It seems.
Yes.
She was here under false pretenses.
Sweet
perhaps
Annabelle? I
against
heard
her will.
I heard that trash, and she points down at the Mallard and his friends. I heard them scream the demon's name. She spits on the floor. But Annabelle too?
Yes, she was possessed by a greater demon.
What is this world coming to? Well,
To never use the spell again. That's what this world is coming to.
Well,
but it was so handy when you needed to help our friend. It was so useful. It was the best, just at the right time.
Oh, the best? Okay.
Well, I owe all you a great deal of thanks. I had no idea that such evil was in our midst, let alone under my own roof. I'm going to move y'all into the two suites, and you stay here for free while you're here.
Thank you for your kindness.
You see Captain Hardy. He's reloading his crossbow and walking back in. Last one made a run for it, but I got him. Don't know if there's more of them out there in town, but hopefully this lot, and he kicks the Mallard, is all there was of them.
Well, I'm unsure how many messages were sent, but the batch you killed had a message requesting more reinforcements. So we did intercept that one before it got out, but who knows if another bat did have the same message, so you should be wary of future travelers.
Well, I appreciate that, Miss Absu. But to clarify, the note said that they wanted a group of true believers to go to the Temple of the Purple Flame.
Oh, okay.
But it's highly likely that they were asking for reinforcements in town from one of the others, so it's not an unreasonable thing to consider.
Clara will call up the stairs. Yell out. We're changing rooms.
And he'll come. He's probably still not quite done. It's plate armor. This is gonna take a while. Yeah. So he's presentable. I think maybe he's got his pants and such on now properly, and like maybe he hasn't put the full plate on, but he's able to move. What was that?
We're switching rooms. We're gonna get
hell!
these suites.
What the hell happened down here? Oh, hey, that guy. Oh, is he dead?
Yes.
And he's pointing at the mallard.
Yeah.
And-
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So what you didn't see was when I ran down to get help, she was coming back up, and then the mallard backstabbed her. So you sat on him really good.
He was evil. He was part of the demon people.
Okay, well, I guess that sort of makes sense. He was sort of kind of a bad guy. I kind of feel a little bad though. I didn't do more damage when I had the chance.
Oh, you didn't know then, though, and you wouldn't have wanted
Yeah.
to do all that damage for no cause.
Well, maybe if I would have done something before, then Lady Ophelia would have gotten stabbed or whatever.
I think she'll be okay. Do you have a healing potion in your bag, by the way?
Do I? Yeah, I got one.
I think maybe she's feeling better, but maybe we could
No,
just keep it
she's-
at the ready.
Yeah, she's fully healed but unconscious now. And you see the guard captain Hardy now. He lays his crossbow across the bar, and then at Van Hild's insistence, picks up the Lady Ophelia and carries her up to her room. And you hear him saying, "Don't worry, Van Hild. I'll put a guard on the door." What would you guys like to do? You're sitting there.
Yeah.
This old man, Dranath, you're assuming it's Dranath, is sitting at the table. All of the customers now are being shooed out, except for those who are staying here at the Three Stags. And Van Hild is bringing around calf for anybody who wants a drink, non-alcoholic.
I think Galahop will go over to Stormhand, and he's feeling really bad right now. He's like, "Hey man, I'm sorry, man. I don't know
Are you
what
hurt,
happened."
Galahop?
Oh man, it's just the thing that got in my head, It was telling me to do things. It was they wanted me to take your head and make a paste out of it. And I almost did.
Oh, you can't do that. The priest of Sandrill will want it.
I know, that's how you're gonna ascend. And he doesn't laugh. Jeff laughed. He doesn't laugh because I'm disheartened right now. So he's feeling he's feeling really guilty. And he's like, man, all this armor I got, doesn't matter how strong I am, doesn't matter how many shells I put over top of me, but it didn't take nothing for that thing to just turn all my strength on its head, man.
That demon's influence. It messed with your mind.
Maybe I'm not as cut out for this as I thought I was.
No, what do you mean? I'm still here. You held back.
Yeah, but what about the next time? We got all these other things they all got weird names and they're really hard for me to pronounce, but Azrakot and Descartes, all these carts, man, they're coming around and they're probably going to be stronger. And what if I can't hold them off, what if I can't do that? And then you get smashed and then
You held one off. The next time it'll be easier. You have experience now.
yeah, you think?
Yeah, now you know what's coming.
Okay. I guess that makes sense. I don't know, man. Maybe you should get another guy, just in case. Maybe
Another guy, look around. Who else is there?
And he looks at everyone in the party. He looks at Truly, and he shakes his head and looks away really fast. And he's like, "Yeah, okay, I see your point."
Claire's got her
I'm
feet
here.
up.
You wanted
She had
to
a
look at
really
me?
full belly.
Hey, Truly.
You looked at me.
Yeah, we were just saying, you're fun.
Yeah, you're good too.
No, I'm not. I almost killed Stormhand. And he just kind of slumps. And he's like,
I was worried I exploded you.
You probably should have.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, if we ever get in a situation where it looks like one of them demons are gonna get me again and they want me to like smash him into paste,
Yeah.
I need you to promise you explode me before that happens.
Well, if explode means keep casting dispel to stop the stuff, yes.
I don't know nothing about spells. You call this spell, that spell. I don't
Yes.
know what spell it is, but whatever spell it is, you just go ahead and you cast it. You
It looks like
explode me.
little sprinkles of swamp water that falls on people.
So like rain is something I don't
Like more sparkle, like fairy piss.
Fairy piss.
Yes.
Well, hey, well then, if it ever looks like I'm getting like mind controlled by a demon, I
Yes.
want you to fairy piss on me, okay?
Okay, I will make sure
All
to
right.
fairy piss on you.
See, I feel a little better now. We got an insurance policy here.
I'm happy.
Aren't there possible enchantments we could inquire to protect against demonic influence?
Definitely, it's something you could do some research into.
That could be useful.
Yeah, whatever you guys think.
We
He just looks out to the window like he's on the cover of a Christian rock album. And he's just like
Since
really
he's-
pensive and thinking.
Since he was a werehowl, he still has like a tuft
A
of
little
hair
bit of a
flowing
tuft of
behind him.
mane. It's still there,
Nice.
just slowly falling out. Yeah.
I love it.
Very Fabio like flowing. There's no breeze, but it's moving.
We see
So what would
we see
you all like-
A wagon go by and he races out and chases it. And he turns around. I don't know why I did that.
It had a mailman in that, I think.
Clara is overfed and tired, so she's looking when Van Hilda kind of stops running around quite so much. She's going to say, "So, Van Hilda, you mentioned sweets that we would be laying our heads down in."
Absolutely, dear. They're all ready for you. Just straight up the stairs, turn right instead of left. You'll see the two doors, one on either side of the hall. Those are the two suites. Take whichever one you want.
And so, Clara has that sort of old, worn-out hat that she always wears, and she just kind of like stands up and kind of rubs her belly a bit. And this is glad to see that we are all doing okay, but I do think I'm going to turn in for the night. And kind of
We'll follow you
doff the
soon.
cap.
After a word with.
So everybody going to bed then?
No, Mr. Old Man first, please.
Okay. He's sitting there. He's just sitting there, kind of leaning against his staff. He's got a cup of calf in front of him, steam coming up from it. He's drinking it.
Stormhand, did you want to talk with me as well, or just did you have somebody else?
No, of course. Let's speak with him.
Okay, yes, let's go mug the magic man.
What?
With words.
All right. No, our words are dangerous. They might do.
Oh,
things.
I don't want him to explode. Maybe you do talking.
You're good at it. The best.
I am the best. I'll do talking. Mr. Old Man, hello. Down here.
Oh,
Yes,
name's
hello.
Dranith.
Dranith.
Yes, hello. Dranith, yes.
Yes,
And
yes.
who might you be?
I am truly great crap. I am the best at everything.
Well, good for you. It's good to be the best at everything. I
Yes.
myself am nowhere near the best at anything, so congratulations.
But you did do healing, and I think Stormhand is interested in that. And if you do healing, you do other magic, and that means I can learn. I love fire. Fire is like the best thing ever, right? But I think I need a little bit of. I have a scroll of frost that I've written in my book. Can you teach it to me?
Let me see your book.
Here we go. And Stormhand probably
looks
wants some spell too. Maybe. Stormhand?
He looks
What-
at it, he's like, He goes, yes, I can teach you this. Tomorrow we come by my hut, up by the temple. We can sit for a spell, and I can see about teaching you the spell.
Okay. Okay, Stormhand, your turn.
I've heard you know about the Purple Temple, Flame Temple.
Well, yeah, I know where it's at. The Temple of the Purple Flame, up north, a ways.
I like that the fire is purple.
What is it I can tell you about that?
I want to store him and say, like, no, not that one. The Purple Flame Temple. That's probably a different one. Never mind. Sorry to waste your time.
Oh, yeah, that's a different one. Then.
If you know any demons or any stories of it.
Well, legend had it that it was a temple dedicated to the demon lord, Sathmog. And even for a time, Azrael Cole may have considered that his temple before the war. I know that it's considered to be one of the possible resting places for a piece of Eladane's statue, and that makes some sense to me. But beyond that, I really can't say that I know anything else.
Oh, thanks for telling me whatever you know about it. It's just, I think Van Hilda mentioned you.
Well, yeah. I mean, I know a lot about just about everything. Well, a little bit about just about everything. I've been here in the Misty Vale for 150 years.
150. Are you human? Can't be.
Oh yeah, I'm human. I just picked up a few magic tricks here and there. It kind of extended my life a bit, but as you can tell, I'm moving towards the twilight of my days now. Was there anything else I could help you with, sir? Always happy to talk with a fellow practitioner.
I don't have much. Only preparing to find this key that we're looking for.
Well, you're always welcome to come by my hut up in the Temple District. And your little goblin friend will be by tomorrow from what she said. So you're welcome to join me and any other friends if you want.
Thank you, Mr. Dullham. I will see you tomorrow.
Draneth.
Yes.
If you can't say my name right tomorrow, I ain't teaching you.
Oh, okay. Let me write it down this time.
You're properly motivated, truly.
Yeah.
You gotta find the right lever to pull.
The other guy's still soft almond, though.
So what would you like to do now?
I will go to bed.
Okay. So everybody's retiring?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and give yourself a full rest. There's a button on your character sheet if you want to just do it from that.
Oh, look at that.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
And you sleep the sleep of the exhausted, of a group of people who fought an undead, unholy night and a demon in a day. You have no dreams. It's a completely dreamless night. It's almost like you just fall into oblivion. The rooms are comfortable, and they're kept warm, and it is the crowing of a rooster at dawn that wakes you from your sleep, feeling quite a bit refreshed, much better than you felt since you left Swamp Break. And now that the morning is dawned, you could smell breakfast being cooked downstairs. How would you like to start your day in Outskirt?
Truly and I pay the morning visit.
Yes. We also need to do some shopping. I'm actually going to get a dog today.
Why a dog all of a sudden?
Because my backpack is very heavy and a dog is a very big animal.
Ah.
Well, where would you like to go first? And you guys obviously don't have to go together. You can go anywhere you want in town. You're aware that there is a mill and bakery owned by a halfling couple. the Chubby Cheeks, Mr. and Mrs. Chubby Cheeks. You've been invited to Draeneth's hut up in the Temple District. You know that there is a smithy that's owned by a pair of twin dwarves, and that Master Olvar and his son own and manage the general store. And those are the main businesses within the town. Everything else is pretty much residential, other than the guards' barracks and, of course, the Three Stags Inn. So, anyone have a location they would like to go to?
Well, I'll start my day going to Draeneth. I will do that first. Stormhand,
Okay.
are you going to wait or come with me?
I'll come with.
Okay, we will start our day with Draeneth.
So you make your way around.
Stormhand.
Okay. So you make your way around the eastern curve of the village until you come to those great stone stairs that you saw right as you came through the south gate. And you slowly trudge your way up to the very top. You see the entrance to the temple, and right to the left of that, you see this hut. And you can hear somebody mumbling in it, and you can smell a cooking fire coming from within the hut.
Draeneth, we're here.
Mr. Draeneth,
He pokes his head out. Very punctual. And thank you for remembering my name.
yes, thank you. I won't say the other one.
Excellent. Now, you said you wanted to learn Frost. Is that it?
Yeah, I think usually I like to just throw fire, but the demons have a resistance to it. And it's very sad.
Well, all right. Get comfortable. This is going to take a while. Mr. Stormhand, Sir Galahop, you be waiting while she studies, or are you going to be coming back for? Probably be here for about, I don't know, a whole 3-5 hours.
I should study with her. I could use a better spell.
Well, let me tell you what I could possibly teach you, and you tell me if any of that sounds good to you. Dispel, but I don't think you need that. Magic Shield.
Ooh, that one.
Magic Shield?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not even going to listen to the list.
That's a pretty good one.
It's because I have
It
transfer
is.
and the prerequisite is Magic
Yep.
Shield.
Okay, so he goes, all right then. And Sir Galahop, will you be staying?
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep an eye on these two. There's something you need doing or whatever. Like I can fix things or something. Yeah.
Just relax, enjoy yourself. There's nothing I need done around here. I guess you could wash the cooking pot there and make sure it doesn't boil over. Making a little oats.
Yeah, I could probably not screw that up. So he'll like waddle over there, still feeling a little bit chagrined from the day before. But yeah, he'll just do that. Mind his own business.
And then he sits the two of you down, one on either side. He pulls out his own grimoire, and then he asks you for your book, Truly. All right,
yes.
then. Now, both follow after me. You need to focus on the sigils in these spells. You need to open yourself up to them. You need to envision the cold, pull it up through you to understand the language, and use Stormhand. You need to feel that impenetrable energy coming from within you, pushing out, protecting. And he starts to drone on. He starts getting into mystical geometry, and it's interesting because it's your field of expertise. But for you, Sir Galahop, it is just mind-numbing. But the porridge is delicious. So while Truly and Stormhand are trying to learn these spells, what is Clara and Absu do?
Absu will check in with Lady Ophelia and see how she's faring this morning.
You knock on her door.
Yep.
You hear a very, very quiet, hoarse voice. Into.
And Absu does so.
And you see her. She's still in bed. She's kind of propped up. Her color is pretty good, though. Not nearly the deathly pale that she looked the night before. Thank you for checking in on me. I hope all of your friends were unharmed in last night's ambush.
We banished the demon.
The demon. I did not. I was unaware. What can please tell me what happened?
And then Absu kind of goes through the story. Stormhand was able to figure out it was the demon Ix, and we banished them back to hell. And they had possessed the server Annabelle, and in an unfortunate turn of circumstance, when truly dispelled, she exploded. And
Well, I've been watching Annabella for a while. And to tell you something about the demon Ix, it's not a possessor demon. Annabelle would have to have voluntarily accepted it into her for it to use her body permanently. She was no victim.
I will have to tell Trudy. That would help ease her mind.
And
Yes.
then she'll further go on and she'll even give her like the decoded message that we had gotten from the bat, and just kind of further give information that she can later on turn into her order if necessary.
Interesting. So it seems that Safmog, or at the very least his lieutenant, Azrael Koth, believes that a piece is at the Temple of the Purple Flame.
And we also believe that one is there from what we have come across.
Well, if one
It
is
makes-
there and one is with the House of the Corpse Rose, and you have the other two, and you never told her that, but she
Yeah.
clearly knows it.
Mm-hmm.
You are closer to than any other group to actually succeeding in assembling. I'll tell you this, I'm weak now, but if you manage to get all pieces and you are prepared to go to the Mirror Lake to strike at Azrath Cole in his own domain, I would happily accompany you to assist you.
I appreciate that.
Others might flock to your cause if you asked for their help. I know Maladuk, the Orc chieftain. She very much hates the demons and might be persuaded to assist you if you sought her counsel.
We did assist some of hers, and they did give us her emblem to call upon. So I do
Okay.
think that is a smart idea.
That would definitely help with your negotiations. That's true.
Well, I shall check on you later. I am glad you are well.
Thank you, dear. She goes, I am feeling a bit tired. I think I'll rest for a bit.
We were very worried, but the healer, he did a wonderful job.
Traneth is quite skilled. And as we fade out of there, Clara, where are you going, or what are you doing this morning? This first shift.
So when everyone kind of came up to bed last night, as Claire was up first, she was like counting all of her coins. They were like all laid out. So she was like ready to go for, kind of shopping in the morning. Mm-hmm. So I would say probably her first stop would be the general store. Because a lot of what she wants to load up on since she did leave Fritz back on Sandro, she needs, like backpack, and she wants to get some bandages. And then she's wondering if the general store might be where some boots could be found.
Okay. So you grab up all your coins and you're making your way out. Now, Absu, your conversation with Ophelia only took a few minutes. So if you want to join Clara, you can, or if you want to go somewhere else, you can.
Yeah, she would take part of the shopping thing because she's going to get armor as well.
Okay. So you make your way out.
That's the plan.
The plan. You make your
the
way
general store
across
first to get
town.
the backpack to put the rest of the other things in.
Don't dispel
And,
anybody in the general store.
Not picking a fight until we buy some things. For the love of everything.
Yeah, you need a little bit. You come across this oblong, windowless log building. On the roof, you can see goats feeding on the unkempt grass of the roof. And above the entrance hangs a grained wooden sign that says Master Ulvar's in curling letter. As you push in the door, there is a long countertop and racks of goods throughout the store and more behind the counter. And you see a young man behind the counter.
Good morning. Are you Ulvar?
Oh, howdy. No, Ulvar's my dad. I'm Jory.
Nice
Pause
to meet
him
you,
back.
Jory.
Pause him back. It's a pleasure to meet you too, ma'am. I'm stuck here behind the counter, so if you need help with anything,
I do.
just
In
let me know.
fact, here is my list. And so she just sort of like hands her list of what she's looking for.
Okay.
And my
let me
friend is here
see.
as well.
Oh, hello. And you can see he's a little, obviously, very few people have seen your kind on here. He's like,
Yeah.
I had heard there was some interesting people in town. Shame I didn't get by the Three Stags last night, but from what I hear, it's maybe best I didn't.
Demons are no laughing matter, but we dispatched it.
That's a mighty fine trident you got there. Are you a warrior?
I prefer books, but the cause is called upon me.
That's all I want to do. I want to join the watch. I want to go work for Captain Hardy, but my dad says I got to stay here and manage the shop with him. Well, and he goes back to your list. He's like, yeah, we've got you. We got all of this. So you can purchase all of the general goods that you've got on your list for standard cost that's in the core rulebook. If you've got any questions about the cost of anything, just let me know.
I don't have questions. Clara is always gonna try for some bartering.
Sure, absolutely.
On cost, just because she wouldn't be Clara if she didn't try.
No, I got you. Give me a bartering check.
No.
Do you want to push that?
No,
Sorry.
like it's the kid, and she feels bad that she's not going to get the kid in trouble with his dad.
Just
all of us that are going out to fight all of these things need to make sure that we are well provisioned. So your dad has the right of it. Making sure that there are goods for purchase is just as important as those that go out to do the things.
well, I suppose so, but I'd rather be out there doing things. But yes, ma'am. Here, let me get your things. And he goes around the shop and he starts to collect all of the things on your list and lays them out for you.
If I can ask you, if I want to find some poisons or that kind of thing, do you have that here as well, or
Poisons?
do you have somewhere to send me?
Poisons, man. We don't deal in poisons here.
Do you
Well, I
have an
just assumed that you could
alchemist,
tell me
perhaps,
where to
in
go.
town?
No, there's no alchemist. Why would you want poison?
Well, there are creatures that we come across, and if we want to get a good night's sleep, we need to make sure that they are sleeping as well. That is what I'm looking for, is a sleeping poison.
Oh, well, no, I'm sorry to say, maybe maybe Draneth. He does all kinds of things, but we don't have an herbalist or an alchemist here in town. At least not yet.
See, when you if you do go out to fight some things, you need to be smart about these things. Sometimes you'll want to take something head on, and sometimes you want to be smart about things and figure out, well, if we just make the large creature just sleep while we sneak by, you might live longer.
I reckon I hadn't considered that. That's quite cunning. Well,
And
thank you
also
for the
you
lesson.
should get a helm for your head.
Dad won't let me buy any weapons or armor. He says doesn't want to encourage me to get out there and do something foolish.
Well, your father sounds like a very smart man, actually.
Yeah, Paul's a good sort, but well, we'll see. Is there anything else I can get for either of you?
And Clara kind of looks over to Absu because Clara's list has been checked off.
Absu is seeking armor.
Oh, well, you're going to want to go over to the smithy then and talk to Orchid. She'll be able to straighten you out.
Thank you. I will do so. Clara, do you require anything else?
No, good. And so she'll pass over the requisite gold and silver. In full, which hurts Clara's heart.
Well, my dad very much appreciate this and your business. Please come back anytime you need more supplies. We'll be here for you.
Thank you.
You have a good day.
As
I like how Clara just got put on a watch list. Way to go, Clara.
Yeah, it's like poisons.
Yeah, he's putting it down. But
see, you come outside, you see watch cabinets already
watch
looking at you going. It's like,
so, I hear you.
Young Master Jorah came by and talked to me. He said, "You're a poisoner. We don't reckon we like your kind in here."
I'm sleeping poison, which is actually what's on my list.
That's so much better.
Poison.
That definitely sounds better. Yeah,
doesn't sound creepy at all.
Not a lethal poison. It's a sleeping poison.
I slipped them some sleeping potion.
Yeah.
That's all right.
We're very disappointed in you, Melissa, is what we're saying.
Are you headed over to the
blacksmith.
smithy? Okay.
Yeah.
You can hear the smithy long before you get there. The sounds of heavy hammers striking metal and this deep dwarven chanting coming out from the back of the smithy. So, I mean, it's so deep, it reverberates through your chest. But as you make your way into the front, you see a dwarf woman standing there, her face heavily tattooed, long, dark brown hair and braids down her back. And she just looks over. Well, you're an interesting pair. What can I do for you today? And from the back, you hear this deep man's voice. Arkle, who you talking to out there? She's like, now shush. We got customers. Damn it. And he goes back to chanting.
We are seeking armor.
Well, you came to the right place. What kind of armor are you seeking?
And that's when, Absu kind of hems and haws. And if they have displays, she'll kind of go and review.
Clara, if you know what you seek, please, I will look.
I do. And Clara, again, she's got that, super ragged hat on her head. And she says, this is quite sentimental to me, but doesn't catch blow, as it were. I'm looking for an open helm.
That definitely is going to stop anything. Well, come on over here. Let me show you. And they got 3 or 4 open helms that are made. She's like, we try to keep some on stock, but if you've got anything specific you want or special, my brother can definitely make it for you. But yes, they are there. 12 gold pieces for an open helm. It does have Bane on awareness. Gives you an armor rating of 1.
Yeah, I would. And she looks very distastefully at this. Like, this is not. You can do what you want with this. It's just not attractive. But she just sort of recognizes.
Crump folds down your cat's ears across the top of your head. It's very
really
uncomfortable.
does. It really does. So she just sort of like, considers trying to get one specialty made and just says, you know what? And, option number 2 of the 3 that were pre-made kind of like fits just a little better. And I'll just take this one. It will do its job. And she kind of takes it off her head and kind of shakes her fur back out again.
She goes, last 12 gold.
And so she'll try again for some bartering. Because this is 12 gold. And that's a 4. There we go. 4
Okay.
under 15.
415. Let's roll. Yeah. She goes, well, I heard what y'all did last night in the over on the 3 Stags, so I can give it to you for 10 gold.
That would be quite excellent. I am very, very appreciative of that. I apologize. My distaste for this type of thing is nothing to do with the quality of your work. They are, in fact, very fine. Just the fact that it needs to mat down my head as a sad state of the world at the moment.
I understand. We've had cat folk through here before. None of them quite like armor that much, but at least not the helms. Is there anything else I can show you?
Not for me, but perhaps my friend has made some choices.
Huh?
Yeah. So we have the 15 golden trade goods that I need to trade in. And then with that,
you could just hand wave that. You could have traded those in at the general store. So
with that, I would like to purchase chainmail.
All right. That's 50 gold.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Because I have the 33 and then 15 and 10.
All right. So that gives you an armor rating of 4. And it's Bane on evade and sneaking.
Yeah.
Aaron, would it be appropriate for me to try to barter on Apsu's behalf?
Absolutely. You guys are in there together.
I would like to try to do that. Because this is a large purchase and we've already made one purchase. So
Just a little bit better there.
5.
But you did much better. So she's like, gets in close to you, both of you. Just don't tell my brother. All right?
No, of course not.
And she goes, I got 2 options for you. One, I can discount this here suit of chainmail for you to 35 gold. Second option, I can give you this lightweight set of Elven Mastercrafted chainmail for the full 50. The difference is for this, you still have a Bane on sneaking, but not on evade.
Ooh, that one.
All right. Elven chainmail.
Clara has extra gold if Apsu needs it.
Thank you.
Now, don't you tell my brother that I let you get out here for this for only 50 gold, but I heard what you did for Alphelia and Vanhild last night, and they're my dear friends, so.
I appreciate you. This will come in useful in our future endeavors.
And then she talks a little bit louder. Was there anything else I could help the 2 of you with today?
No, you are wonderful, shopkeep. Thank you. Wonderful work.
Well, come back anytime. And then from the back, you hear that deep voice again. Listen, if you need any custom or commission work, I'm always happy to do it.
I may.
And then he goes back to his dwarf chanting.
Good doing business with you.
And, that takes a little while because you have to, you purchase it, but then they fit it to you. Like she's removing links from the chain mail. And she's making changes to it. She's with your helmet, she's finding like the right watch cap to go under it so it doesn't put so much pressure, and she's changing the cheek guards a little bit and things like this. So you're there for a few hours. So let's go back to Stormhand and Truly. So with a teacher, you get to make an intelligence roll with a boon. And if you succeed, you will learn the spell, but it takes one of your experience tick marks that you would get from tonight.
Not the problem. I'm happy to do intelligence because I have it higher. I just thought it was languages.
Not with a teacher. If you're learning from a grimoire, it's
I need a teacher way more often. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, and you get roll with a boon.
I will.
Oh God.
Oh God, a demon.
What did you roll?
But a 19 because it's a boon.
Yeah. I succeeded. Long rolled real bad.
19 and a 20. My
Darn
God.
it, I'm not understanding this.
You can push it. You can push your roll. So if you want to push it.
I'll push my... That would make sense. Yeah, let's do that.
That's terrible. 19 and a 20. That's... You don't see that every day.
1, 2,
On a roll.
5. I am still good.
I'll do exhausted again. It's terrible.
Wow.
But you just forgot to carry the 2 over there, and then you need to multiply by 3 a few times over here.
Truly, this teaches terrible.
So
That's what I was talking about.
Janeth is like, listen here,
Oh, I thought this was really good.
it's not a big deal. You can stay around for another few hours, and I can tutor you on this a little bit more, or you can come back another day. It's up to you.
I'm not sure how much time we have here, but if we have the spare time, I'll be back.
All right. It's about time. So the first shift of the day is done. You guys are about 6 hours into the day as Truly and Stormhand and Sir Galahop make their way out of the Temple District, and Clara and Absu leave the smithy to reconvene at the inn, so you can decide what you wanted to do with the rest of your day. That is where we're going to close the curtains on this evening, and in 2 weeks we'll see what this group of madcap adventurers wants to do. Temple the Purple Flame, go deal with the House of the Corpse Rose, go try to make inroads with the orcs. I mean, sky's the limit. So thank you all for playing tonight. I hope you had a good time. Sorry for almost making Sir Galahop kill Stormhand. That would have been a bit of a bumper, but
Yeah.
was
If
not
I got
expecting
like
that.
one hit on you, I'm pretty sure I would have caved your head.
Would have been so bad. I was not expecting the Demon Ix to make an appearance tonight. I was expecting that to happen a little further down the road, but I thought the dispelling was quite entertaining. So
It was hilarious.
sometimes you got to go with the rule of fun. So
I worked way too well. I didn't think I was going to.
you dispelled those tattoos that kept it bound in there, and then it had no place to go. It had to explode out of her body.
Yeah.
That's good times.
Yeah.
All right. That's all I got. Jeff, it's all back to you.
All right. Well, let's do a little close and plug action. So I'll ask
Uno
you first.
reverse.
Uno, what?
You did Uno reverse.
Double reverse. Yeah. So why don't we? Why don't you start us off, Aaron, and tell us what's going on with Garblag right now?
All right. So come check us out on the Garblag Discord channel, Gartopia. It's a great community of people talking about games all the time. And you can check the live shows next week on Tuesday on the Garblag YouTube channel at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Pete will be streaming some more Electric State. On Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Stu will be back in the GM seat running some judges from Sector House 13 in Mega City 1 through some Judge Dredd. And that's the what's old is new, most recent version of Judge Dredd. And then on Thursday at the same time, you can find Lewis running some more of the One Ring as a group of dwarves tackle Moria in the forging of small dunes.
Awesome. Okay. As for us, first plug, I'm going to say Huckleberry, our dear friend Steven, has been working very hard for a while now on Huckleberry, which is a Weird West RPG, action cinematic horror. We've played it on the channel. You can check our YouTube page if you want to see how it's played. Also go to huckleberryrpg.com or just find it on drive-thru. We just put out a update this past week with a brand new adventure, and there's going to be some more coming fairly soon. So take a look at it. It's a lot of fun. Other than that, game-wise, we're off tomorrow. We normally play on Saturdays, but we're off for a couple of weeks. But we'll be back in February, where we're going to be doing a little interlude before we get back to Call of Cthulhu. We're going to be playing some Savage Worlds. We're doing some Han Cluster. It's a new game coming up from a friend of the channel, Tracy Sizemore, one of the people who worked on Holler, which is one of our favorite games here that we used to play a couple of years ago. This Monday, you can see us doing some Otherscape, mythic cyberpunk action. And then on Tuesday, Kipser, what are we playing?
We are playing Perils and Princesses, the gritty and pretty fairy tale that may have put a little bit more horror in. Oh, just tiny,
a little more gritty than pretty.
A little bit more gritty than pretty. But we've got Aaron, Jeff, Melissa, and Derek playing their versions of princesses.
Yeah. Jeff and I are the gritty. Everybody else is the pretty.
Yeah. It's just not a lot of pretty.
Derek did learn what a skirt hike was.
These are good things to know.
Educational night.
Educational night.
And I think that's it for us. We actually won't be back next Thursday or Friday. We're off next weekend. So yeah, Otherscape and Perils and Princesses is it for next week. So that's it for us. We'll catch you next time. We're going to go ahead and do a raid. Our buddies, Defenders of Kobold, are playing some Cyberpunk Red. So let's go ahead and start up that raid. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see you all later. Bye-bye.
Good night.